All right, Kenman here, and today I have an interesting budget version of a recently handled premium knife that I didn't really like that much. Well, why buy this then, Kenman? Well, hey, let's find out. Before we start, not sponsored by anyone, I purchase everything at retail price, and I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Another excellent choice. What did I get? Here it comes. It is a Remette bag on the floor. We have another Remette, Remette, however you pronounce it. Sorry. I do own a couple of these, and I recently was sent 3 premium Remettes from Tri-States. He sent them for me to kind of check out, see what I think about them, and do some reviews on them. And one of which, this is a budget version of. So, Kenman, open the box. Fine. I will. All right, there we are. A simple box. Got a nice zipper pouch. What do we got? It's got a cloth. Handy dandy extra little tool. These are great. You already have tools, but having one of these little spares you can throw in a little pouch or a bag or something. Have that extra one just in case. Remette, do it now. Brand introduction. Showing off the types. How to maintain, cleaning, rust and removal. Customer service. All right. And let's get this stuff out of here. Get to the knife. The good parts. Wow, this looks cool. There it is. Mini bag. On the floor. It is oily in there. I'm going to even just do that right away. Okay, we have the Remette. Uh-oh. Missed the first one. They're calling this, it's the model GC103. It also could be called the Focus. I don't know. I was on their website and couldn't quite find the name for this. But yeah, here we are. Let's check it out. Kenman, what are we looking at? We have the Remette, boom, GC103, potentially named the Focus. Did it say? Let's look on here. It did have, guess it falls under the wild species. Yeah. It's good. It is, wow, look at the colors on that. All right, so we have a 14C28N blade right there. Nice looking kind of polished two-tone finish here. We have a G10 handle that has this multi-layer stuff going on. We've got green, and then you look on the side, there's the layers of maybe black, or that could be just the side of the green. No, it looks like they went green, black, just real thin layers. Maybe you can see them right there. And then the innermost layer is that orange color. I think that really is fancy. That's cool, kind of a look for just a G10 handle. It has a lot going on. I dig it. What do we think? Also has a titanium pivot collar on both sides. Looks like it's a captive pivot, which is awesome. And then there's also a titanium thumb stud section that's got that matching blue. We have a liner lock. So it's got that front flipper. Drops shut pretty nice. Front flipper is, I just slipped a couple times, both my left and the right. It's really not that bad. That flips out pretty good. Liner lock is easy to get to. And it drops really nice. Let's try to flick it. Yep, can't get that flick out. I think it's the design on this. It's just where the thumb stud is. I don't have the strongest hands in the world, but can't do it. Thumb stud I can. I did have issues with the premium one. That's kind of one of the reasons I said at the beginning that I wasn't a huge fan of it. But this one just looked cool, and there was on sale. I think on Amazon right now it might still be on sale. It's like 30% off. So it was like 30% off of like $60. It brought it down to like 30-some dollars. And it looks cool. I'm as interested in it. And I decided, why not? Let's go for it. Drops really nice. And that thumb out is satisfying. It's got a nice flick. And that front flipper is as well if you get it to work. Okay, so there is no clip swap, and it happens to possess Kenman's least favorite style of clip, where it goes straight and then up and curls back down. So you guarantee you can bet your bottom. I'm going to try to find a clip that I can put on there and swap this because I don't like this. I'm going to get a clip that cuts back this way and then up and over like one of those. And I do have several clips that I've swapped out. Maybe I could find a titanium clip and then I could anodize it blue like these two pieces right there, and then that would really up the look of this knife, huh? Enjoy unboxings like this? Hit that like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more. This is a cool budget knife, especially for under 40 bucks. Doesn't this look clean? Slick. So it's got the 14C28N blade steel labeled right there. The Remette logo, or I guess it's not a logo, they're text right there. But other than that, clean handle. I love the style of this, where they did with these facets, and it's kind of the contours coming down, showing off those layers. Let's get some close-ups. Across the back, you get to see that orange flash, plus with the little blue. Yeah, I need to get a titanium clip that I can get to fit on there. Maybe I can get one of those CVVs or CJRB. I think make some too that are pretty compatible with some other sizes. Might be able to get one that'll fit in there. Yeah, what does everyone think of this? There is a little lanyard hole clip right there. Wonder if I can. Okay, so I got that, and I got the front flipper with the right. Can I? Yeah, so I cannot Spidey flick this thing out. Someone with really strong fingers. I've broken both of my thumbs. I've broken a couple fingers on my hands in the past. And so I don't necessarily have the strongest finger sometime for that. But it's got a pretty strong detent. Let's take a look at it here. Boom, pulls it in. And it's kind of hard to get it out. So if you're trying, I'm going to try to fail a thumb opening. I think that's almost going to be impossible to do, the amount of power you have to put on it. You can fail a front flip, but I think that's because, front flippers are a little bit more difficult. I don't know if I can get enough power to do it with my index finger like that. But it's not too bad to do once you practice it a few times. And like I said, the thumb out is where it's at on this particular style. Excuse me. Okay, what am I missing here? Blade is solid. I like how they have that kind of double, or that little kind of extra cut right there. Thins it out on the top, but it's nice and thick and beefy still. Yeah, blade is solid, no play. Nice and solid. Centering. It's pretty much right in the middle. It actually almost looks like it's that way a little bit, which means I could loosen the pivot just slightly. And then maybe that might allow Spidey flicks to work, but it's usually if it's that way, it's tight, so I can loosen it and it would kind of move it towards center, and it might still be tight, but that might also give it some play, and we do not want that. All right, let's zoom in without bouncing around too much here. Do some measurements. I like the style of this. Is the color, it's really that G10. I got a CNC machine I'm going to get set up and start making some scales pretty soon. And picking up some layered stuff I think is going to be one of the things I'll be interested in for sure. Just under 8 inches. We're looking at almost 7 7/8, just under 7 7/8 tip to tip. Blade is right at that peak right there. You're looking at 3 3/8. If you go all the way to there, you could say 3 6/8. If they wanted to try to measure it all the way to the end there, you could almost 3 7/8. Cutting surface is about 3.5 with a nice big curved belly right there, but then it's pretty straight for most of the front of the blade. Handle 4.5 end to end. Not quite a kind of that good mid size, almost full size. So the thickness is deceiving on here. Most blades that are on the sides are about 11 to 12. This is 11. If you go up to this part where they kind of cut it down, you get down to 6, 7. Yeah, I'm all bouncy. So yeah, right up here, it does get a little bit thinner. Handles are usually about a 1/2 inch in this size, 0.53. Pretty standard size for this, like I said, mid to close to full size kind of category. All right, zero it out. 4.37. It's definitely hefty. I always compare everything with the pyrite, which is 367. So this is like a gram, not quite, but pushing 3/4 of a gram heavier than the pyrites. Let's, get them side by side here. CJRB pyrite is a great mid-size button lock, everyday user that anyone would be glad to have. They have several different styles and designs. If you don't have a pyrite, check one out. This Remette is definitely a little bit bigger, maybe almost a 1/4 inch bigger in the handle and maybe not quite that much in the blade. But if you bring down to where the cutting surface starts, you've definitely got larger amount on that blade. I didn't notice it's you can kind of choke up there. You can kind of hold back here, but you can also kind of get up in there, which then gives you quite a bit of space on that handle. So that handle play is larger than it is, or is that right? I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. One of the other Remettes I have is the Rhino. Oh, let me zoom out here a little bit. Sorry. The Rhino was the first Remette that I got. This is their original one. Has a button lock. Flicks out pretty nice. Thumbs out good. It's got a front flipper too. It's a really small front flipper, but you can do it. This is their first run on these, where the button lock works just like a button lock should when you close it, but you can't do a swing out with that button. It's like got a detent on it. So it acts kind of like a knife with a detent ball, but then when you close it, the button lock drops it shut pretty nice. It's a pretty good knife, and the newer ones that they have function more like a normal or a button lock that you wouldn't, a standard kind of feel of a button lock. So this Rhino is almost the same size as the pyrite, so it is just a little bit smaller than this Remette. Let's go ahead and get out that one. This is the premium version. This has M390 and a titanium handle. But you can see, let's zoom in again. They are pretty much identical. I'm trying to see if there's any differences. Looks like the length is the same. I wonder if you could just swap the scales. Obviously, this pocket clip is much better. I'll get back to the center here. And one of the other reasons that I wasn't as much of a fan with this one is because it's titanium. It's a frame lock instead of a liner lock. So that whole lock is exposed. So I can thumb this out all right. It's kind of hard to flick out because you put pressure on it. So I can't, actually, I don't remember being able to flick this one on either. But I have a hard time thumbing this out with my right hand because I'm putting pressure on that lock. So it kind of gets in that way. So it almost makes it more of a, geez, I'd struggle with this thing. With more of just a front flipper only, which kind of defeated, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy this one as much, as cool as it looks with the titanium and that nicer blade. But this one here, without having that lock, see now the lock is in there, but it's all covered up with this scale, so I can put that pressure right there and not have any issue with that. So that was another good selling point. Man, I'm looking down here and I'm not looking up there. I apologize. But yeah, they're pretty much identical, other than obviously higher quality materials. Jeez, what is your deal, Dan? Wow. I dig it. I like it a lot. Does anyone have one of these? Comment below. I am going to mess around with this, test it out. I don't think this is not going to be for any type of a customization. It's pretty much custom, this one as it is. It looks more like a premium version with all the little style and detail of that handle and then the titanium accents. But yeah, what do you guys think about Remettes? Anybody, what Remettes do you have? Which ones do you like? There are some interesting stuff that they've got going on. Here's one right here, the Kingfisher. You could check out the video right there. That's my Tri-State Trio Remette unboxing, where I got this one, the premium version of this, and another one. But yeah, check that one out. This one's also got M390 and the titanium. Premium or budget, Remette has some cool, great options. Check them out. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.